Hey friends, most bad financial decisions aren't made because people are greedy necessarily. They're made because people feel pressure. So today's scripture, and I've got out the Bible here, right? Today's scripture is going to be from Proverbs 19:2. It says, "Desire without knowledge is not good. How much more will hasty feet miss the way?" So here's what I want to talk about today, and that's pressure, right? I've seen pressure show up in many different ways. The world rewards urgency. God rewards wisdom. Now, I don't want to get misconstrued here. There are absolutely decisions that need to be made quickly. There's thoughts that need to be addressed in a short amount of time. What I am looking at, though, is the times where I've seen that pressure, that urgency, cause buyers and sellers, investors to make bad decisions. I'm thinking of three different cases here where maybe we have a buyer who feels the pressure to buy, so they overbuy a house. Or maybe a seller who panic sells a property. And finally, the investor, and I'm sure we've all heard about this, the investor who buys using maybe too much debt without enough margin. So returning to that buyer, I've personally seen where buyers bought a home and maybe they felt the pressure of societal pressure, friends, people from work. I'm not sure exactly where, but they overbought a home. Now, they could afford it, right? The lender told them they could afford it. Maybe their friends, their feelings told them they could afford it, but their budget was quietly yelling no. And that became obvious a year or two down the road. So you as a buyer, I want to just caution you, when you're looking for a home, we absolutely want to help you find the best property. I want to caution you, make sure you're looking at your budget. It can actually cause more pain if you listen to society, if you listen to people who aren't looking at your budget, right? You need to look at your budget, buy what's right for you. Careful with that pressure. The second thing that happens is when pressure is allowed to rule, right, is going to be panic selling. We've seen sellers who panic sell, right? Maybe they've got a perceived opportunity or an investment or whatever it is that causes them to move all of a sudden with all the urgency and not necessarily the thinking it through or checking with some people. And what happens is they may lose out on thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, or actually cause themselves even more pressure as they fall deeper and deeper and deeper into that hole of moving from urgency, not wisdom. And finally, investors. We've all heard about it, right? Where investors maybe overbought properties. They bought a lot of properties on debt, and then they began to sacrifice the margin, right? They just get more and more and more properties, or maybe just one. I guess it can happen with just one as well. The point is, when you're buying properties as an investor, make sure you still have the margin, because the market's going to hiccup. The market does go up and it goes down. So you don't want the down market, or maybe just a down in your circumstances, to cause you to lose money financially or even just sleep. The goal here is stability and peace through real estate, right? So if you are looking to buy a home, sell a home, invest in real estate, I want to encourage you to take the time to make the wise decision. If you're feeling pressure, feeling a lot of urgency, that actually may be your cue to pause and take a second look at it and make sure that this is the right decision. Again, maybe not every time, not all the time, but many times when you're feeling that pressure, it's time to pause. So if you're looking for content that's going to encourage stability, faith, making sound decisions, I talk about faith, finances, real estate, and real life every Monday, and I'd love for you to follow along.